What if I told you there was a connection between John and the purple figure in the Bayonetta 3 teaser? How are we going today, everyone? My name is Rakan. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. First off, if you do want to join my Discord where we have over 90 people in it right now, please wait for instructions towards the end of the video. Alright, so last time I mentioned Angel Slayer, I referred to her as Inferno Slayer's rival in the Bayonetta universe. You know, there are 3 mentioned Angel Slayers in the Bayonetta universe, so I'll clear this up with the labels. One, there's John's weapon, the counterpart to Shuraba, the Umbran Witch, and the Lost Chapters in Bayonetta 1. We just need 2 of these for now. Before I continue, if you are new to this channel and you want to see more of these Bayonetta 3 theories, please hit that subscribe button below and turn on post notifications. Also, to get this to play. Moving on, so we have Angel Slayer the Sword and the unnamed witch whom we call Angel Slayer, well, because she slays, and I just wanted to let you know the textbook definition was quite interesting. It is also said the sword's name comes from a story of a witch who loved the sword and was excommunicated for carrying out a futile war against the angels. While the sword did not contain the soul of a demon, the Angel Slayer displayed incredible power. However, the sword and the witch in whose hand it was held both found themselves in Inferno. Eventually, the blade passed on into the hands of Radahn, who was able to make up for its previous deficiency. However, it remains unknown to what sort of demon the smith was able to seal away in the historic blade. So there is not much about Angel Slayer unless you count the revolutionary war she tried to declare against the Laguna of Angels. The biggest question I have is, why would she? Of course, we won't know 100%, but it's interesting to deduce and wonder. One of my theories is just like the Inferno Slayer, she was the only one who was out of the closet. She had ideals that more witches believed in, but were too afraid to say out loud. We'll call these the Angel Slayer ideals, but what do they mean? Well, here's for one, she wanted a technological shift in her clan. Or, she wanted the Laguna perceived to be angelic, celestial, and holy to be exposed. They are the good guys in society despite what they actually do behind the scenes. Well, the Umbran Witch and the Inferno aren't any different, but they are the ones at least honest about it. This is just when things get political. Even though I love talking about politics in fiction and in history, we won't dive too much into that. She was then excommunicated and banished from the Umbra clan, and like all Umbra witches who have pacts, into Inferno. This is why I believe she received the nickname the Black Moon, since she was essentially different from all her fellow Umbran sisters. Also, the Black Moon is a real astronomical phenomenon that has a few definitions, but basically means when the moon is not visually there, but physically there, like the next stage of the new moon. So in saying that, I really wonder if Angel Slayer and Inferno Slayer were rivals since they were really young. I don't think she was as bloodthirsty as Inferno Slayer, but she was the only witch who was openly against Paradiso and its angels. I can say that she definitely killed angels in a futile war. But let's talk about the katana that John desperately loves so much. Remember how I mentioned that Angel Slayer would have wanted a technological revolution? I based that argument on this. Angel Slayer the sword is based on the Kyogunto katana, which was used by the Japanese army and the navy until the end of the samurai era in 1868. The Japanese defense force clothes were then westernized into more European American styles, which is both sad and cool at the same time. But this made me wonder, does this mean Angel Slayer could have been one of the first technologically advanced Umbran witches of the time, probably the one who came up with the idea of the Umbran armor mecha, on par with the Inferno Slayer with his scythe, the revolutionist. I like to picture the timeline as this. Remember, this is not canon and is just a speculation. We have the first witches, or the sages, who are the typical humans who used old world weapons and infernal magic. Angel Slayer was then born in this era where she conceptualized how witchcraft and technology would be strong. The first bullet arts were invented along with the first guns. Then we have Rose's era, then Bayonetta's era. Oh, and here's what's interesting. Remember the Black Moon phenomenon? The Black Moon is commonly symbolized for new beginnings, like what Angel Slayer stood for. This attitude is reflected in her reckless war against Paradiso's angels. Since she was excommunicated, which means just like the Inferno Slayer, she probably was merciless and destructive in her approach. She definitely wanted to do well for the Umbran name, but it was just the way that she did it that made her own clan fear her, which is an important thing I believe in. This applies to anything. You may be the most loyal, most knowledgeable person to something or someone, but if you do it in a way that may scare, annoy, spam, or irritate others, that dedication means nothing. This is how I approach people to talk about Bayonetta theories with, and it's one of the main rules in my Discord. Again, this is not for everyone, but as long as you remain respectful, paced, and cooperative, you'll get through life happier. Anyway, Angel Slayer probably symbolized this shift from one point in Umbran witch history, which is the older, ancient style of magic, to the next, which is Rose's more technological era. But anyway, what does this have to do with Bayonetta 3? Same with the Inferno Slayer, time time travel to see the Umbran witches in the distant past? That is my answer. Note that I said distant past and not Rose's era. So I mean Umbran witch Ava and the witches before the technological surge. But what is more important is the Bayonetta 3 teaser. Could this be Angel Slayer? I doubt it. Why would she want to kill a fellow Umbran witch? But what strikes me is when Cereza gets cut in half in a brutal way, as if a katana is slicing through. The thing is, with how Kamiya and his team works, this purple figure could still be Angel Slayer, and if not, that is okay. I'm sure whoever this is, they will weave it into a beautiful third installment. Again, massive shout out to my Discord. Comment down below if you want to join, but also DM me on Instagram and follow the account and I'll get that link right to you. Click here to see the next episode, and here is a video brought to you by the algorithm. I'm Rakun, I'm restoring an eligible universe, and bye for now.